7 News on your side at 11 starts now. We begin with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news here at 11 o'clock, a U.S. Park police officer has been shot in what investigators are calling an ambush in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman. As we speak, that officer is in the hospital recovering, and the scene along Queens Stroll Place in Southeast is still very active. And that is where our Tom Rousey is joining us now live. We also have our Christian Flores at MedStar Washington Hospital with a look at what is happening there. Tom, we're going to begin with you. Police just gave an update in the last 30 minutes. They say they're looking for at least 2 gunmen.
2 gunmen, they say, just ambushed this officer as he was driving by them about a half mile from where I am. There are 2 scenes here. This is one of them. Where I am is near Benning Road and Southern Avenue, and you can see there's a lot of police tape behind us. And if you look over to the left there, you will see a white Tesla. It's not a marked police car, but that is the car that the officer was in when he was allegedly ambushed. We're going to show you a closer look at that Tesla. Here's video. We actually saw several bullet holes on the white Tesla when we zoomed in with our cameras. Now, police say the veteran Park police officer who was shot was working undercover by himself in that Tesla when 2 suspects ambushed him in the 5000 block of Queens Stroll Place in Southeast. That officer then apparently drove himself to where you just saw the Tesla was and was medevaced from there. Now, the Park police chief says this crime was captured on camera. Police say the suspects may have known the person inside the Tesla was an officer, but that's not certain. Now, they both fled and a manhunt began at that point. At this hour, neither one of them have been captured. We talked to 2 police chiefs tonight as well as a witness.
Officers were ambushed by at least 2 gunmen at that location. During the gunfire, officer was struck, continued traveling up the road where he pulled over, where first aid was rendered at that time. He was then transported to the hospital by the U.S. Park Police Aviation Unit.
This is an example of unnecessary gun violence in our city. There's no reason that anybody, a police officer or not a police officer, should be shot just for being out here driving through the neighborhood.
All of a sudden, I just hear gunshots ringing out. It sounded close. I looked outside, just see police officers just running through the streets. I don't know who they looking for, but I didn't know it was that close down the street. But I definitely heard a bunch of gunshots.
And I talked to another witness off camera who says he saw the white Tesla, the very one you're looking at right now, speeding away. He initially thought it was a suspect speeding away, but police have confirmed that the officer was undercover inside that vehicle. And again, apparently drove himself about a half mile after being shot and then was able to get in the helicopter in this area and was taken to the hospital from here. Again, the 2 suspects have not been captured at this hour, so there is a manhunt underway as we speak. The good news is, although initially the police union said the officer was in critical condition, we are told the officer is expected to survive. Reporting live in Southeast D.C., Tom Rousey, 7 News.
All right, and our Christian Flores picks up our coverage now from MedStar Washington Hospital Center. And Christian, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, right now it's pretty quiet, but earlier this evening we have seen quite a few officers going in and out, checking in. That's something that we've seen time and time again. Unfortunately, we've been here for quite a few officers who have been taken to the emergency room out here. And just, again, that officer's colleagues just checking in to see how he's doing. Now, you heard that last bit from Tom. The officer who was injured, non-life-threatening injuries, expected to survive. A bit of a sigh of relief for anyone really paying close attention, because we know that that officer was actually flown here, airlifted to MedStar Washington Hospital Center with critical injuries. Now, the other thing that we've been paying attention to is the federal response to this. We have seen posts on X from both FBI Director Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi saying, hey, we need to pray for this officer's recovery, but also promising to throw any and all resources necessary for this investigation. Now, you heard there, we have an ongoing investigation that's still very dynamic. You have suspects on the run, and you still have the officer, even though that officer has non-life-threatening injuries, still obviously recovering in the hospital. So quite a few things to keep paying attention to in the coming hours and days. As soon as we get more information, we'll be sure to keep you updated. Reporting live in Northwest DC, Christian Flores, 7 News.
All right, thank you, Christian. And as he said, we've got updates for you both in this newscast and on WJLA.com throughout the evening. Also breaking.